Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov chess channel and welcome to a special video that I prepared for you today. Today I'll play some 5+0 blitz games on chess.com only with the black pieces in order to show you maybe some good opening repertoire. Maybe you're struggling, maybe you don't know what to play with the black. Many of us had, I think, this issue, what to do, which openings are good, which openings are bad. So I wanted to show my repertoire. I think it's a good one. I think it could be useful for you, and the most important thing is it's very easy to study, and out of these openings that I'll show you, you can get, I think, very solid positions, normal positions in chess without too many complications. I think these ideas are more positional than tactical, which is also very important, because if you get into a tactical battle immediately against your opponent, you could have a very tough time. So I hope this will fit for you, and the most important thing is that I'll try to explain many moves, many important concepts, many important strategic ideas of this opening. So let's start now with our new blitz game 5+0 only with the black pieces. Let's see our first opponent, and then I'll try to do my best. Okay, chess.com is searching here for us. Okay, we have now a new opponent, Edwin Ziberg chess. So we're going to play the Sicilian. And I've explained in many of my videos, I like to play the so-called hyper-accelerated rank Sicilian, because if you play knight to c6, it's not a mistake. You could get the Rosolimo Neshmedinov attack, which is unpleasant. Many beginners don't like hear this idea when your opponent is messing up the pawn structure on c6. So that's, I think, a more flexible way to go with the early g6, which has, I think, its own ideas. If you may be interested into this opening, check out my full course on this opening here, my YouTube chess channel. So after g6, the basic concept of any openings is when you are starting to play an opening like the move c5, you're battling immediately for the d4 square, and now you just continue to battle for this square. We're battling with bishop to g7, and then also with knight to c6, then knight to f6, d6, and similar stuff. But the main goal of this hyper accelerated rank Sicilian is that we don't play the move d6 like in the common rank. We're waiting, and we want to play then afterwards the move d5. We want to break the position with d5, so without playing the move d6. We're anticipating basically the possible Yugoslav attack. The Yugoslav attack by white could be maybe here the move d4, c takes d4, knight to d4, and then to play f3, g4, and similar stuff. Now after move e5, I think my opponent already doesn't play a good move, which can be immediately attacked, and now he has to play strange moves like queen to e2 in order to keep his pawn protected. The d4 is not possible. We'll simply take and then go for the pawn. Queen to e2 he has to play now, but this move, yeah, we just take. And you see, already I would say the first important opening mistake. And I'll even just retreat. I'll not play knight to f6, or I could play knight to h6, which is also perfectly fine then later. Okay, he's playing this one. We just protected, and the most important thing, we're playing also this move with a certain counterattack. So whenever we get attacked, we should search for possible counterattacks. Now we just step back. Knight to d6 is also a threat that should not be forgotten. Because of knight if we play knight to f6, then in some minds maybe bishop to f4, knight to d6, and now we just kick away this unpleasant bishop anymore. Okay, now we can play d5, why not? And I think we can even trap the bishop here. Okay, but I think we learned a couple of principles in the openings already. With c4 now, I think the game could be over. Now okay, d4, knight takes, this not working, so we just protect and develop. He has to create some breathing spaces for the bishop. Okay, he's trying to deliver checkmate. We can cover it. Bishop e6. Takes, we can still take with the knight. No, I still see, yeah. I thought that this going to happen. Yeah, okay, now we just go like this. Take the bishop. Do we have something better? No. No, just castle principal play, rook to d8, and although I probably could have played rook to d8 immediately, I'll go for this one for the c4 pawn. Okay, we'll just continue the pressure. Yeah. Okay, this is game over, I think. We're piece up and take a sip of coffee. Okay. Now basically we're targeting the weaknesses, continuing here. Yeah, I left this pawn hanging, but who cares anymore? This. We're not allowing him to escape. Now I can play this one. What? Oh yeah. I think it's fair to resign now. Wait for the bishop. You don't have to. I think now it's time to resign. Yeah, that was it. That was our first game. Okay, nothing spectacular, but let's play again with black. Okay, we can maybe try 3+0 because no one... We cannot find easily games here. Okay, we have a new opponent. Again, we go for the Sicilian. So let's repeat our opening. So he goes now into the closed Sicilian, which is maybe a tricky idea to play this move knight to c6 that we have discussed earlier. Then he could go maybe into this Rosolimo Nezhmedinov attacking styles. So we could just continue again in the hyper accelerated way. If d4, c takes d4 happens, queen to d4. Still we have knight to f6 as a resource, but that's a different completely opening. So as I said, the whole course you can check out on my YouTube chess chat. So okay, we just developed. We have a good control of the d4 square, knight to f6. If e5 can be met with knight to g4. So this could be then tricky. He's going for this one, who cares? So we have a good development, and now because he's king in the center, we're opening up now the center with d5. And you see already with the black pieces, I think we have taken over. Nothing spectacular, but I think here black has already a slightly edge. He's trying to continue the pressure. We're going to play... What happens? Knight to c3 doesn't bring you so much, and I don't want to trade off. So we can go into Marozzi bind ideas with similar stuff, but not the same, of course. But we're going to occupy the d4 square, and now we can go with knight to c3, e4, or maybe something like this. This, I think, not a bad move, and I think I have now space advantage. Okay, f5 is now an option, and knight to f4 are options. So he still hasn't castled, which will make now his life harder. Yeah, we'll take, why not? Yeah, but we got ourselves, I think, a better activity when we played this principled opening. You see, we were much faster in development. Good stuff. Okay, good. I don't know. We'll just take. I'm not sure what are now even the best moves, but okay, we just continue. One is saying, okay, now he collapsed because of the loss of a piece, and okay, let's try a new game. 3+0. I'll continue to play 3+0 because it's much easier to find an opponent. Okay, let's see. He's playing e4. Okay, maybe we'll have the whole series here only about the Sicilian defense. So we take, and probably he's going to play the Smith Mora with c3, but he didn't play it. And now queen to d4 is fine because we can meet it with knight to c6, but nothing gained for us. But I think this opening is the loss of a tempo for our opponent. And now we go for this pawn, and he makes already a mistake. Yeah. If he steps back, we still have this one. Check, check, we can play. And yeah, check, knight to c3. We can take, then pick up this one. Yeah, now the issue is we have still this one. He'll probably take the knight, but okay, it doesn't matter. We have now d5, and we're again better. We have now the bishop here. We have gained the pawn. We could continue to attack the queen, I think. Or no, let's grab the center. Whenever the possibility is there, we should go for the center. Okay, continue. Continue an attack against the queen. And now we have this resource, which gives us at least something. Check, and we can attack the queen further. If he takes, we have bishop c3. Now the issue is this one. First to check. Check. Take this one. You probably check, of course. But his king is naked and we can escape with castling. Rook is hanging. He doesn't have good checks. Okay. So we are not allowing him here to castle. Okay. Check. Has to play 93. Just include our yeah, he can go for the pawns. Now we play this one. This is our goal. Okay. Yeah, his king is a little bit exposed, so we're going to punish that and play this one with he cannot take. Hope to get the windmill tactic. So now we play check. Oh, you can take the queen, but yeah. Okay, let's take the queen. Do something like this. Check, and it's a checkmate. Okay, let's try a new game. Okay. Three plus zero. Again, only with black. Okay, we have here Ahmed. Nice. And we still have this until we go hyper accelerated way. D4. He takes. And now if he plays queen to D4, there's still knight to F6. Now I think it's very important to play queen to C7. Queen to C7 prevents queen to D4 in a good way, because then we have knight to F6, and we can also compete with E5. Now we have this one perfectly fine, and we can play here D6. He played this whole idea with bishop to F4, but now we can even compete. He maybe could try maybe queen to E2 to push the pawn, but then it can be met with knight to D7. And in some lines, if necessary, we can also play E5. Yeah. His main goal was to play this, but it's not working. It's not working now. He got an idea, but we, I think, again, played principal chess. Just play our thing, continuing the develop and bring the pieces on the most active squares. And now we have even this one. We can compete, go for the F4, check. And okay, we can go now for this attack. If he plays B3, then this one, and the position is collapsing. Okay, let's see another game. Again, we play with black. So far, we have covered, I think, a couple of good lines of the hyper accelerated. So this is a beginner's lesson. You see, this opponents are lower rated, and we'll do also, I would say, an intermediate chess course. So again, we go hyper accelerated ranks. It's in a way. D4 takes. Okay. Again, competition for the D4 square, and okay, he goes for this. Again, queen to C7 with knight to F6, D6, and the good setup. So he has now some ideas of E5 and knight to B5 and similar stuff, but E5 so far is protecting everything. This E5 is okay. We have now the common opposite side attack, where both kings are now on opposite sides, and now the main concepts are who is faster on the attack. But I think I'm better already here, because I have already the open B file. I have already good attacking chances, but there is also the problem of this one. So I'll try first of all D5 to play bishop G4. Yeah, and now I can attack. So it gave me extra time, I would say. He cannot pass through because he takes, but mine comes with a check. And now, no, we should go with E5, not allowing him here to make progress, and then would go with c5, c4. That's the goal. He could try bishop this. Okay, now we have our goal. We have accomplished something, and I think we can even go with bishop this way. I could try knight takes e4 with f5. Okay. Knight takes, then knight takes e4. This rook will be still pinned, and the cool part is that the queen is then paralyzed till the end of the game. Knight takes e4, rook takes e4, bishop e4, f5 takes, has to step back. Let's try it out. You play here, then we can play h5. So he has to stay connected. Just continue to push here to open some files. Oh, yeah, we play check first. He doesn't have time to take. Doesn't have time to take because this one is hanging. Now we play rook here. And I think he's in trouble. First to check. Here. Can deliver check. It is very complicated. There's a checkmate threat now. Okay. Okay, we go here. Yeah. So I'm low on clock. I have to remove this. You probably try to play check. And then maybe do some. Yeah, now it's not working. Because it's a checkmate. Yeah. I think I made many mistakes here. But okay, we won the game. I should not have gone into this f5 stuff. Because I wanted to play maybe a more aggressive game. But you see, sometimes in this faster time formats, being impatient is not a good idea. I should have done a reposition, go for the knight on the other side of the board, and then continue the pressure. Probably this was not a good idea, but I wanted to play really a tricky game. I think even in this position, my opponent had some stuff, maybe with bishop to g6 ideas earlier, but okay. But I think we got out of the opening in a good way, and that's the goal here, uh, to try to learn some new openings. I think this hyper accelerated ranks it's in a way worked in a good way for us. Let's play a couple more games and we could continue then. No one wants to play. Let's maybe do a rated game. Just any here, any, and with black. Okay. Okay, we have here a new opponent. He goes with e3 stuff, which is a preparation to maybe play the call system, but we just play d5. Okay, well, now there is, okay, he's going to attack the dark horse. Now when we hasn't challenged in a way with c4, we can go with our bishop out. We can go like this, and okay, we're just playing sort of a reverse London system way. Okay, we just place the bishop here. I think this opening was not so good by him, but I'll just play a regular way. Basic concepts of chess, development, bring the pieces out, and why he plays c5, I don't know. There's no idea behind this move. And okay, maybe we can create also spaces for our bishop if this one happens. Okay. No problem there. Okay. Now our goal is e5. Again, we take with the queen because we haven't played with the queen so far. So it's, I think, also a concept. Say we played with the knight, we played with the bishops, but we haven't played with the queen. Although I could have taken with the knight, but I think it's more practical to bring the queen out. And okay, he is not challenging anything here, so we go e5. We can also play an h5, and long castle is also here a possibility. So we go like this. We just put more danger against this queen. Now we castle and we're threatening some stuff. Now here on this side of the board, his queen has to get out, and he cannot castle on this side of the board because there's too much pressure. We go f5, bishop f5. If you place f3 with this one, and the queen is trapped. Yeah. So, as I said, this is a beginner's lesson. We haven't played really so many quality games, but I think we have been all of us have been here, where you try to find yourself very, very good opening, try to understand what's going on. So now at e4, unfortunately for him, the game is over. Yeah. He doesn't want to resign, which is a little bit lame. In chess, there are moments when we should really resign, but he's letting the time run out. Okay, we try one more game, and that will be it for today. Okay, 3+0. I think with 3+0, it's easier to find an opponent. Okay, we have here many other options. Okay, okay, we have again Sicilian, which is good. If he takes, he goes into the c3 Alapin stuff, we go with d5, and it's very important to play now the move d5. Into d5, d4. It's very good opening, I think, for white. But the downside in many of these lines will be probably that white is going to be left with an isolated d pawn, which is then a good thing for us. Now he plays this line, and I think this maybe is not the best way, but okay. We just cover. We don't want to give up now even our bishop here. You can go, let's just develop. Always a good thing. Okay, and now we have access to the c5 square. a6, b5, bishop to b7 are we can go knight c5. It comes with an attack against this one. g3 was not so good, I would say. We attack the bishop. We attack this one. Yeah. He should have kept the tension, I think, in the opening stage. And we attack the rook. Now we can overload maybe the queen a little bit here. We can overload. The queen is now overloaded to the defense of everything. We attack. Now we can go. Can we? The queen is still pinned, and he doesn't have good choices here. We have to bring our knight somewhere where it will continue the pressure. We can do it by knight here. We have to find our plan. Knight here. He goes here. Yeah, it's working because of... Okay, good move. But now we can continue to play like this. And that was the goal, to continue the pin. Yeah, I think. Okay. So, he resigned. That was it for today. Thanks for watching. This will be now our concept also for the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. As I said, maybe these games were not with high quality, but as a beginner, I think this could be useful for you. Try maybe this opening out, this hyper accelerated rank Sicilian defense with this early g6 goal, and we saw in the lower rated opponent level, players didn't find really the best solutions. We played principal chess, which is of course opening theory. Develop first of all your minor pieces, then bring the queen out, secure the king by castling. We have played fast development style, I think, in these games, and we won all of the games, which is also, I think, a very important thing. So thanks for watching. What to say, chess is the best.